Today's show is sponsored by Money Insights and their investment optimizer strategy. In my book, I share how I use this same strategy starting over a decade ago to invest my money in two places at one time. This strategy has been used by the wealthiest for generations for estate planning, minimizing taxes, preserving wealth, and increasing stability for their investments. Now you can do the same thing. In addition, you can build a plan to build an emergency fund, pay for college, fund a business, plan for retirement, and ultimately optimize your total financial picture. To find out more information, check us out at the banking link at nextlevelincome.com. On today's show, we have Trey Roth. Trey is a lifelong serial entrepreneur, a platinum-selling songwriter and music producer, avid learner, and a hard worker. He's an experienced CEO with a demonstrated history of working in marketing technology. A skilled leader with a heart for growing people and businesses, Trey is the founder of YAYSTACK, which you're going to hear about today. It's a social network for authentic referrals and recommendations from your friends. Trey's married to his elementary school sweetheart, Ashley. He's also the father of four, and he is going to bring the yay to this amazing episode.
Welcome to the Next Level Income Show, where it's our goal to raise your income, investments, and life to the next level with your host, Chris Larson. Get your free copy of his book at nextlevelincome.com/book. Also, if you're an accredited investor, check out the Invest link to learn how to gain access to institutional quality real estate opportunities.
Trey, welcome to the show.
Hello, Chris. How are you?
Dude, I am awesome, and I have a surprise for you. I'm gonna put on my favorite hat.
Yes, this is awesome. Oh my goodness, so I love it.
Some people have seen me wearing this every now and then. I will tell you, this is, we have to tell the story about how we met, Trey. So Trey and I were in a meeting here in Asheville, North Carolina, and somehow we showed up like an hour early to the meeting.
Something like that.
Yeah. We're sitting there in the hotel lobby and I look across and I see this handsome gentleman here in this hat that says yay on it. And I was like, that is a great hat. So Trey and I sat down, had a cup of coffee and started talking. And on the side of the hat, you can see the name of his company, YAYSTACK. But what I will tell you is every time I wear this hat, I get smiles, I get thumbs up. It improves the mood of the room. And I can't wait for you to share your story about what this hat's all about, what your company's all about, Trey. But before we do that, give us a little bit more insight, a little bit of background into who Trey Roth is.
Oh man, how far back are we going?
I don't know.
If we go back in the world,
maybe to when you met your elementary school sweetheart, like we talk about in your intro.
Yes, I can totally do that. I was going to go all the way back to the womb with my twin brother. I have a twin brother, and so there's a lot of stories there.
Spot. But yeah,
yes. But scooting forward a bit to elementary school, my dad was an air traffic controller, Chris, and we moved to Newtown. This little kid. Newtown, and go to a playground. I see a girl, and truly the clouds part, the sun shines through. I'm like, who is this person? I fall madly in love. She does not, because I am short, I'm overweight, I've got a mullet, I've got terrible teeth just all over the place. Kids made fun of me because my teeth were super crooked. And so I just would try to be in a bad mood and be tempted to smile because I was so self-conscious. So I had layers of insecurity, but I had this crush on this girl, truly, just for heels. 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, same crush, same girl. So I decide finally at 13 years old, it's 8th grade, I decide to do something about it. So I go running every night from midnight to 2 a.m. down our subdivision.
Midnight to 2 a.m.?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
did your parents know you were leaving the house?
They did. I get that question. Yeah. They did. They were yeah, go for it, whatever. I just didn't want people to see me, but I just started running. Truly every night I would have a decent breakfast. I'd have, kind of a full lunch, and then I'd have maybe soup or a salad or something for dinner. And I would try to go to bed with as in the stomach as possible. But then I would run a long time every night, midnight, 2 a.m. every night of 8th grade. I lost a ton of weight. I had a spurt, grew a foot taller, kind of stretched out. Read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Totally changed my life.
In middle school?
Oh yeah, this was eighth grade. And yeah, well, I was also like super entrepreneurial. So like I was mowing people's grass and listening to How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I was just like, I just remember it just totally rocking my world. You know, it was the first like personal development information I'd ever been exposed to. And then it has a whole chapter on smiling. So I get braces. I straighten up. I start smiling, start building some confidence. And finally, it's, the beginning of ninth grade, the beginning of high school. I'm 14, she's 15, same girl. I finally build up the confidence, Chris, to ask her out. And she says yes. And then we date for 7.5 years to the day of our wedding. And now we're celebrating 15 years of marriage. And we have 4 beautiful children. So
love it.
Seemingly impossible dreams do become reality all the time. Everybody that can hear the sound of my voice right now, you have a dream, and sometimes it really seems impossible. But let me be a reminder that seemingly impossible dreams do become reality. Now, sometimes you go through seasons of working your butt off or running your butt off, from midnight to 2 a.m. You might be in a season where people don't see all the hard work. They don't understand your dream. They weren't given that dream. You were, and you're working hard for it. So I just want to be a little reminder that seemingly impossible dreams do become reality all the time. And why not yours? Why not yours? And even Chris and I were talking before we started rolling. We were talking about, a dream that he wrote down when he was younger, because we were talking about Tony Robbins, and he showed, I was younger. I wrote this down and now it's my reality. And it's like, it's just amazing how that happens. So I just want to encourage everybody, goodness, take that seemingly impossible dream. And you might have to turn on, Journey, Don't Stop Believing, and take it literally.
Tell me that's not what you were listening to at 12 a.m.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I may have been listening to that one, but I wanted to start there because that also, Chris, really set up everything else in my entrepreneurial career. Like I learned, I was like, oh, wait, you can dream and then work hard and not only make it your reality, but Chris, in many ways, truly, it is the truth. My reality today, in my 30s, is beyond what I dreamed. It is truly like, if I show elementary school Trey, middle school Trey, high school Trey, this is your reality. He'd say, that's beyond my dreams. So I'm super humbled and grateful.
We could stop the episode here and it'd be the shortest podcast we've done. And there's so much in that story, inspirationally and otherwise. So maybe we'll just stop there and we'll bring you back for another episode. Huh?
Well, I have to share too, what's rising to the surface, Chris. Heard it said from a guy, who's, he's got a net worth of like, I don't know, 40 or 50 million. And he's just a solid, entrepreneur. Yeah, he's doing it. But he stood up and he was sharing with us in our GoBundance Champions tribe. Like maybe this is 2 years ago. And he said, a younger version of ourselves is experiencing every moment as an adult with us. So like, for example, Chris, whenever you wrote down your dream in that journal, that goal, that version of Chris, however you were when you wrote it, is experiencing this reality, this present moment here. So I say that to say, even the elementary school and middle school and high school version of Trey is experiencing this present moment right now. And what it does just fuels me with gratitude, where it's like, man, if only the younger version of myself can see this, then this 30-something-year-old Trey, I'll be 37 next week.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. This 37-year-old Trey, if only the hopefully 57-year-old or 67-year-old Trey can see this one, you just hang on. It's just getting better. That fills me with joy as well.
Oh no, it's so yeah, kind of going a different direction here, but I see your Tony Robbins hat, and that's what spurred this conversation. So this was September 2003. I was 25 years old, and I went through his Personal Power and Get the Edge program. And what Trey and I were talking about was I actually wrote down, I kind of, just unbridled, wrote stuff down in this journal. And it was amazing when my wife and I moved into our new house here about 1.5 years ago. I found the journal, and there were things that had happened. I hadn't opened the journal in like 10 years, and things had happened almost to the day, almost to the year, earnings, things that popped into my life, experiences that I had, just amazing things that you put in your brain. I know a lot of people, Trey, they hear like the book, The Secret, right? And people are like, oh, you can't just like think of this stuff. And I know we were talking about Think and Grow Rich before here. And this is why I like Tony Robbins. I know some people are critical of him, but I think he's done some amazing things, especially like I just read Life Force, which is a fantastic book. It really kind of expands your mind into what's capable or what is possible now in the realm of health. But setting that aside, Tony says something. He says, take massive action. So I think, what you said, Trey, like you have this picture in your mind, you have this dream of what's possible, but then the key, exactly what you did, you took massive action. 2 a.m., 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day. Can you speak a little bit about your experience in Tony's program and, some of the things that you've employed to really bring you to where you are today, from that dream to this reality?
Absolutely. I so appreciate you asking, Chris. And it does go hand in hand with the theme of next level. Everybody listening to this, we all want to go to the next level, that, and how do we get there, faster and more effectively and smarter and not harder. And maybe like a friend of mine who sold his company recently his one company for 100 million. And then he just finished selling another company for 250 million. So he did pretty well with that, but
incredible. Pretty well.
He says he doesn't say smarter, not harder. He says smarter and harder.
And harder. So, that's what I love. Yeah, that's right. I just posted something today. It was, outwork, outwork everybody, but you got to outsmart and outwork everybody. That's what, doing both.
Yeah. So everybody, here we're going to the next level. Something that has absolutely helped me is this Tony Robbins Platinum Partnership, of which I was thinking nothing, Chris, when a friend of mine invited me to UPW, Unleash the Power Within, which is Tony's big, annual event in November. So this past November, I was there at the beginning of the conference. There's 9,000 people. I see the Platinum Partnership, desk. And I think, wow, well, that looks like a lot of fun for another season of life, far less than this one. That was the last I thought of it. Well, fast forward a few days, it's the end of the event, and Tony's about to let all 9,000 people up. And of course, it's like 9,000 people in a room. Trey Roth is probably off somewhere else in a hallway. So I was back in the back hallway, and there was almost nobody in there except for this one young lady that was passing me. I didn't know who she was, but I was complimentary. And I just said, oh, I like your black jacket, your black t-shirt, your black distressed jeans, and your white tennis shoes. Now, at this point, Chris, we were past each other. We weren't sticking around. I didn't know who this was, but I was just complimenting her. But when I got to the white tennis shoes, that's when I turned around and I said, we're wearing the same outfit down to the shoes. Who are you? And she said, my name is Danny, D-A-N-I. I said, are you the Danny that all my friends are telling me to talk to? And she said, are you the Trey all my friends are telling me I need to talk to? And I said, well, let's talk. So we talked a bit about what we were doing at YAYSTACK. And she said, you have to meet my boss. At which point, like eerily serendipitously, her boss was walking up to us, who's Tony's chief marketing officer. So I'm talking to her and telling her about YAYSTACK. It's a positive platform. All yays, no nays, referrals and recommendations only. It's the best finds from your best friends. I'm telling her all about this. And then she takes my shoulder and she walks me up to the Platinum Partner table. And she said, you belong here and you need to sign up right now. So I bought an $85,000 hat. I signed up for the year.
I was going to say, I thought it was 75. Obviously, inflation has even hit Tony Robbins as well. So
Well,
It's a good looking hat.
85 is where it starts. I mean, I've never bought an 85 hat.
It's not as, I got my hat for free. Actually, it might have cost me something, but anyway.
That's hilarious. That's
Mine's
great.
a pretty good looking hat too. I had to sell the guy to give it to me a little bit, but so.
That's hilarious. That's great. I love the hat. And it's funny because again, like I just got off a call with the Platts. And so I should have, so I should have swapped hats here before this call, but anyway, you caught me in transition.
I got you, buddy. I got you.
Man, I so appreciate you representing. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So yes, so that's how I signed up, right? Then Date with Destiny happened. Then Financial Mastery. And Chris, a couple of weeks ago was Wealth Mastery, Financial Mastery with Tony Robbins in West Palm Beach, and we're listening to amazing people like Ray Dalio and Gary and just all these people talking about wealth mastery. And then we're also literally like driving race cars 150 miles an hour on a track, and then
swimming, I might have to sign up.
Swimming cage free in the middle of the ocean with sharks, like swimming with the sharks, cage free. They've just been well fed. Like it was.
I hope so.
I know. I was like, what if Trey Roth's blood is a little sweeter? Like, well, what kind of risk is really, situation here. Anyway, it turned out it was totally fine, but that I'll never forget. I will never forget swimming with the sharks and, and learning all of it. It was truly, Chris, one of the best weeks of my life. And I did not expect for that to be the case, but it certainly helped me level up in regards to wealth mastery, but also just having the emotion sears memory, the emotions that you experience, the range of the emotions mixed with the motley array of teaching, the caliber and the quality of teaching. Like I leveled up is so much in my first, quarter of the year with Tony Robbins and Platinum Partners, unforeseen. So in my experience, here's the takeaway. Sometimes you just need to say yes to an $85,000 hat. Like opportunity doesn't check your calendar or your bank account before it knocks.
Right.
And I've learned, Chris, to say yes. Like it wasn't like let me think about it. I just knew it was just divinely led, overtly meant to be moment. And I've learned, I actually knew also my intuition was it is far more costly to say no in this moment than to say yes. Far more costly. I've learned so much so that I didn't think about it. I was
That's good because I don't know if I could think about that too long myself. I'd have to, but I'll tell you, people are stunned when I tell them how much I spend on coaching and masterminds on an annual basis. But it's come like the one I joined this fall. I mean, it's already produced a multiple in terms of return. And same thing, I said yes immediately. It's just amazing.
So and Chris, this is one of many, like it's $85K just to get in for the year, but then it's another like $30K for travel and whatnot. But then that's not the only group I'm in. Like I was already maxed out with groups. I'm a part of Jesse Itzler, his inner circle, the Elite 365. I mean, that was $25K, just transparently here. And, Go Abundance, $15K. And then the Founders Group and some others. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm already grouped out. Like I literally could have been freezing in an igloo with Jesse during Financial Mastery.
But you're in West Palm Beach instead. I think.
Yes. Yeah. So I
don't know what I would go for. I think that'd be pretty cool. But now Jesse, I don't know if everybody knows it that's listening. David Goggins, like this guy lived with David Goggins for like a month, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you don't know who David Goggins is, go look him up. So, and then and watch some of his videos, and then picture yourself living with Goggins for a month. And that's Jesse Itzler. That guy's amazing. I got to see him and Sarah, his wife, who founded Spanx, which again, if you're listening, you don't know, in an event down in Florida a couple of years ago, and they're just amazing. Well, man, we haven't even gotten to like talking about what you're up to now, Trey. And you know, you have a long entrepreneurial career. You're a music producer. But let's fast forward a little bit here. So let's talk about what YAYSTACK is. I was just in Costa Rica with my wife 2 weeks ago, and I was telling somebody about the platform, what it is. So first off, share with people what the app is, what the platform is, and then your story about how you created it.
100%. So thank you for asking, Chris. YAYSTACK is a positive platform for referral recommendations only. It's the best finds from your best friends. So basically you can search for anything, and what you don't get are a bunch of ads from strangers on Yelp, strangers on Amazon reviews, strangers on Google reviews. What you do get, rather, are the best finds from your best friends. You basically can search for like the app is very simple, actually. It's broken into 3 parts. At the top of the screen.
So it's just YAYSTACK, just
YAYSTACK.
YAYSTACK.
Yeah, it's Haystack with a Y. So think, like finding YAYSTACK is like finding a needle in a haystack, but it's YAYSTACK. It's all yays, no nays. It was great because we went through branding, Chris, and they came up with Matchstick, by the way, matchstick.com without the K at the end. So it ends in a C. Matchstick.com. If you're looking for branding, they're the ones. Now they are pricey, but they are absolutely worth it. But please, talk to Blake, Matchstick. They're awesome. They threw 300 names against the wall. YAYSTACK rose to the top of the stack, and because it basically said what we did, and it was trademarkable and all this. So yeah, we love the name, and we love that Yay is like, man, our brand. It's our ethos. It's our mantra. It's our everything. It's like my kids, when we send them off to school, Chris, we say, look, find a way to be a yay in someone's day today. Find a way to be a yay in someone's day today. My son even like made this little like logo where it says yay, and it looks like hieroglyphics, but it says, find a way to be a yay in someone's day today.
Oh, that's so good.
Like, don't be a me monster. And truly, instead of looking inward, hey, Chris, can you do something for me? Can you do something for me? It's like, no, Chris, I shall pass this way but once. Like, what can I do to help? What can I do to be of service, of value? Albert Einstein was asked, what's the meaning of life? His answer was serve. I think that's a great answer.
That's right.
Serve.
Yeah. That's what we tell our kids. If you want to make money, help people. Like, just focus on helping people and bringing value. And I know you're a big believer in that too.
100%. Like YAYSTACK was born out of a strong desire to create more value for more people. I loved what I was doing, Chris, which this goes into the story behind it. I was producing music. I was making music with my friends. My friends got more talented. The budgets got bigger. I made more money every year. And it was all through referrals, just my friends sharing with their friends. And I thought it was forever. But I've always been drawn to technology because, for better or for worse, this is where culture is. We're on our screens. Yeah. And I've just thought, if we can create value for people all over the world in an instant, the screens, wouldn't that be wonderful? So I've always been drawn to tech for that reason. But what happened was an unforeseen Oprah Winfrey aha moment, just that divine download, this idea. So my business grew all through word of mouth. And I noticed a problem. When people shared recommendations in person, 1, it took way too long for them to get that coffee together. 2, to bring me up and my business up. And then 3, salute, to actually, like, when the recommender gave the recommendation, she gave it to one person, whereas she has dozens of friends that could benefit from that recommendation as well. And certainly me as the business owner, right? So in person, it's just fundamentally flawed, limited. Now online, what does it look like for referrals and recommendations? Well, people are sharing on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok and Twitter and Snap and things that they recommend. However, none of those platforms are optimized for the word of mouth referral. So basically what's happening is most of the content is entertainment content. Now I like to be entertained too, but when it comes to the best finds from our best friends, like on Facebook, it's disappearing at the bottom of an endless feed. Hey, I'm looking for a good blank. Well, you get some answers and then boom, it's gone. Like, hopefully you caught it. We call those one. You shouldn't have to ask. It should be sitting there waiting for you. And it shouldn't be one or two or three recommendations. It should
let's say, so like, okay, I'm in Costa Rica 2 weeks ago, right? And some of my friends see that I was there on Facebook, and they're like, oh, you should have gone to this place for dinner. And it was like 2 days after we missed out. So let's say I'm in Costa Rica again, Trey, and like, how can I use the app to find like a great ceviche restaurant, for instance?
Absolutely. That's a great use case, because you can see on the map, if any friends have already yayed it. If not, you can invite them to it and say, hey, I'd like to know. And then when they share, it will not disappear at the bottom of an endless feed. It's YAYSTACking. So it's actually, you'll see their avatar on the map and what their go-to order is at their go-to restaurant there. And so not only does it curate it that way where you can see it on a map, but also in a card view, you can basically like just filter. Basically, you can search for anything at the top of the screen. And then you see the who row. You see a bunch of avatars of people that you know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
We're actually recommending. So the rest of the screen is just, video, photo, text. If you tap on it, it'll play like an Instagram story or a Facebook story.
So cool.
That's all it
Love
is,
that part.
Chris. It's what, who, yay. What, who, yay. That's the whole app.
And it's geo-tracked. So
it's geo-targeted.
Yeah. So geo-targeted. Sorry. So if I'm in Santa Teresa, Costa Rica, and my wife and I are walking to dinner, I can pull it up. It's going to give me, and I have multiple friends that have been there, strangely enough. And, I'm like, oh man, I should have pulled up YAYSTACK when I was there and figured this out. So, all right. So okay. If somebody's listening today, they're like, all right, I want to get it. I want to use it. Walk us through that process real quick.
Absolutely. So we are launching through multiple private groups, and then those private groups are growing in number and in size. But it's much like, Chris, the Facebook Ivy League school launch. They started at Harvard and then Stanford and then Ivy League school after Ivy League school. Yep. We're doing the same thing. Now you can download YAYSTACK, and you can sign up for an account, and then we can help place you. But basically, the reason that you need to be in a group is because it's the best finds from your best friends. So there's a chicken and egg thing. You show up and it's like, I don't know anybody here, then it's like, it's not a valuable experience. And so what we do is we're group by group, and then we have fire starters where we just tell people, hey, you are in fact the first people in this group to share the yays. Then everybody joining the group, they first see yours and you go from there. So it's kind of like these automatic features. Absolutely, you can download YAYSTACK, YSTACK, in the App Store. It is iOS only currently, but then we'll expand to Android, beyond that, TBD, we'll get that to you as quickly as possible. But we're just super excited. And at this point, I'll share our mission is to make the world a more positive place, yay by yay, day by day. Make the world a more positive place,
How can you argue with that? Come on.
I mean, for me, it's like, look, I've escaped multiple near-death experiences. I'm so grateful to still be alive, like 2 plane crashes. One was a crash. One was just like we hydroplaned. We landed on a sheet of ice. I'm just glad to be alive from that, multiple car wrecks that I've been in, and for me to still be dad to these 4, angels. I'm just really grateful to be here. So for me, it's like, let's live our most positive, joyful, grateful lives, which is the why, Chris, behind referrals and recommendations anyway. Why does Chris Larson ever ask for a recommendation? he's going to a friend that he can trust to help him live his best life in one specific way. Why does Chris Larson ever give a recommendation? He wants to serve. He wants to be of service. He wants to be of value. And he's uniquely qualified to share a positive experience with a friend that trusts him, and to help that friend live their best life, their most, joyful, grateful, and positively impactful life. That's what we call the Yay life. So for YAYSTACK, Chris, we see YAYSTACK as a positive movement. The community, the culture, being all about, let's live our most positively impactful life, our best lives possible by way of recommendations, the best from our best friends. And then let's share referrals and recommendations that help people, live a positive, best life, as positively impactful also as possible. Because that is truly how to live your happiest life, is to not be a me monster, but rather to find a way to be a yay in someone's day to day.
I love it. I love it. Trey Roth, such an amazing story, such an amazing message there at the end. If people want to learn more, I know we've talked about how to get the app on the App Store. If they want to learn more about the company, and I believe you guys are going into a funding round as well, what's the best way to find out more about the company, about the potential investment, or just to get in touch with you?
Absolutely. Currently, our investment opportunity is made available to accredited investors. We can't always promise for all our rounds to be accessible to all accredited investors, but currently, as of the recording of this podcast, yes, if you would like investment information, please reach out. In my email, Trey, Trey, at YAYSTACK.co. And YAYSTACK is YAYSTACK.co. So Trey at YAYSTACK.co. Please email me, and you can just say, hey, Trey, I'd love the investment information. And we are happy to send you that information.
Beautiful. Trey Roth, it's been awesome seeing you again. We'll have all these notes. All this information in the show notes, and I'm sure we'll have you back on the show. And I look forward to seeing you again in person, my friend.
Absolutely. Same here, Chris. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Hey, Chris here again. I hope you found this episode valuable. Now, I have one more thing to gift you. We have a page for my coaching clients where you can get a free copy of my book, as well as much more from previous guests on the show. Just check out nextlevelincome.com/coaching to get a free copy of my book, audiobook, and much more. I'll send you a copy of my book and cover all the shipping costs as a thank you for listening to the podcast. Also, please like, share, and take just 90 seconds to give us a rating on Apple Podcasts.